suppose if you have invented a world-class fan, this invention can be anything. You might have an app with it, you might have sensors, this might be running with the solar power. So you have all the abilities to build the world-class fan. Talk to us about your innovation. You have to design a booth, and I'm going to tell you how this will happen. So these are the booths which you see in the conference, in the expo, when somebody is presenting their company. So you invented this fan, you want to tell to the world, you are designing a booth 10 by 10 feet, and then you can put table, chair, TV, projector, whatever you like. The only constraint is you do have only 10 by 10 booth. You have created this fan, you're really launching it, you want to tell to the world, and how would you able to tell in the best possible way? I think the team winner is really the Electro Strikes, and I'm not sure who is the speaker. If there is a speaker name, somebody from Electro Strikes, maybe A. Shrikar, if you want to walk us through your design and your innovation.
As the name suggests, the digital marketing is basically an advertisement through digital channels like search engine, websites, social media, emails, mobile apps, and different ways of marketing. So before going further, I just want to ask you, what do you understand the difference between the digital marketing and social media marketing?
Sir, social media marketing, maybe it is only confined to the social media like Facebook and Instagram, etc. But
Right.
when we go with the digital marketing, even when we browse something on any mobile application, there also we get some notifications like some kind of advertisement. So that is a digital marketing. So irrespective of only social media, every platform there will be advertisement takes place, will be referred as digital marketing. That is my option, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
very correct, Charan. Very good. Correctly said, Charan. The digital marketing is compasses of all the platforms, not in fact social media, including the social media search engines, website, email marketing, mobile apps, all platforms they use. But in social media, we basically use the social media platforms only.
Food delivery is one of the growing market in India, but so delivery is not profitable yet. Fuel prices are very high, so I thought electricity would be very helpful. But there is a range issue with the electric vehicles, so I would like to get a swappable battery technology to charge batteries fast. They would just stick the batteries and put it there, so it will be helpful for like delivery boys in the cities. So that's what my idea is exactly.
So your idea now is to build a product that accelerates the charging of a battery.
Yeah.
And what are those batteries being used for? For the food truck?
Yeah. For food delivery.
Okay. For food delivery. Okay. So notice how you are refining your problem over here. So here is what I would like us to actually look at, as an entire team. We are actually going to look at Divakar's problem over here. I would like all of us to go into the breakout room to look at this specific question. In India, fuel prices are very high. And in our teams, I want us to use this specific example, and we'll come back together and give Divakar some feedback as to what we came up with. Some cars use salt water to run the car. So notice that you guys are actually coming up with some really innovative ideas on how to solve this particular challenge.
One of my professors in my MBA gave me a very important learning. And he said that, when you conduct a class, at the end of the class, if there are no questions, either you are extremely great as a presenter and as a teacher, and everyone understood everything, or you are horrible and nobody understood nothing. Sure, I'll do that. I will do a quick over to Anita and Altaf, your fabulous hosts for the day, and they will start with the interesting quiz section. Briefly explain TAM is what Nagamonika has requested. I will cover that in my summary, Nagamonika. Thanks for asking.
Thank you so much, Chetan. Thank you so much for your knowledgeable words, and the session was really good. Even though they have not written anything in chat, but I hope they understood lots of things from your session, and they are getting something out of it from you. So that's really great.
True. Yeah, let me summarize, and I think then I'll hand it over to you, Alda.
Sure.
We covered two topics, TAM and market research. TAM is total addressable market, which is basically to estimate the total size of the market. Total size of the market is calculated by the total number of units of the product which is sold in the market, multiplied by the cost per unit of the market, the selling price of the product. That gives you the total value of all the goods sold in the market, and that becomes your TAM.
A better way, an even more structured approach to developing your value proposition is this kind of gives you a more detailed look, and this is like the Steve Blank model that I love, because it really helps to really provide a great visual of what it really means to create a solid value proposition and all the components that are required. So yeah, this is a great infographic. So right in the center is your value proposition. On the left side, what it's really providing you with all of the inputs that are required to bring that value proposition or bring that product to life or that service to life. And then that leads to those customer relationships. Ultimately, we're buying, we're creating, and then we're selling, right? So in business, we're buying and selling, right? We're creating and then we're selling. And that's really what this visualizes. So down on the left, obviously there's a cost to creating the value proposition. And if you're targeting your customers, if you're doing all the things that you need to do to get to know your customer and target the right customer profile, you're going to generate revenue, right? And so that revenue, obviously the difference between that revenue and that cost is your gross profit. And ultimately you want to maximize that gross profit. So I really like this, and it's worth really studying this and spending time on this, because this really helps you visualize, the importance and all the key components that go into building that value proposition.
So what is critical thinking, and how is it really different from that evaluation of thoughts? It is evaluation of ideas. It is evaluation of judgments. That means to say, every thought which comes to us, we are trying to evaluate it. We are not simply absorbing it the way it comes to us, but I am trying to think over the thought that comes to me. So it is in some way, we say, this is a metacognition that we're talking about. We're thinking about our thoughts, not simply taking it the way it's being fed to us. And while we do that, it can happen only and only when we are being aware. We are being aware and we are consciously doing it. So now comes that aspect of conscious and unconscious. Right now, there are so many thoughts that are coming to me. Am I analyzing all these thoughts consciously? Maybe not. So only when I do it with my awareness and consciously, that is where I say I am thinking critically, or I'm using this ability to think critically.
So what a product roadmap is, it is a visual map that evolves over time and tells you about what will be the company's vision, right? Where your company has decided to go in few years down the line and how it is going to be there. And you need to be clear about what are the goals and what are the timelines you're talking about when you are creating a roadmap.
So this funding, normally when they do it for a public cause, is free of charge. They don't have to return the money received. And sometimes the terms may change, but usually it's free of charge, and even the money need not be returned. The most common facilitators are normally fulfill all the funding needs are organizations that are making donations, government, etc.